Hello? A telegram? Yes, read it, please. Yes? Yes?
If there's anything in the mail, buzz me at the office.
Hold it. Thanks a lot. Dad, that was a wire from Ralph Brooks. You remember, the Marine lieutenant.
Oh?
He's coming in tomorrow night, and he's got 2 tickets to the annual cotillion ball.
Well, good for you. I wonder how he wangled those tickets. That's a pretty closed circuit.
Oh, he knows I've always wanted to go. Dad, could I buy a new formal?
Oh, Margie, good for you. I didn't know that you saved that much out of your allowance.
Allowance? I haven't saved a cent.
Well, then I guess you'll have to wear that old rag I bought for you all of 2 weeks ago.
Oh, but Dad, I've worn that
Once. Goodbye, honey.
Goodbye. Good morning.
Oh, good morning.
Oh, you're Mr. Albright. And you're Margie. Uh-huh. Who are you? I'm Mrs. Odette's sister from Seattle, Amy McKenna. But everybody calls me Mac.
But your sister, Mrs. Odette's, she's in Europe.
Europe? I wondered why she mailed me the key to her apartment. Never a word of explanation, mind you. Just the key. Now, isn't that just like Florence? Invites me to spend a month with her and then goes to Europe.
Well, anything unusual is just like your sister.
Oh, I know what you mean, Mr. Albright. Florence always was the scatterbrain of the family.
Well, Miss McKenna...
Please call me Mac.
Oh, okay, Mac. Well, Mac, I'll certainly be glad to have a level head across the hall for a while. A certain somebody could use a little sensible guidance for a change.
Well, that's me. Sane, sensible. Not at all like my sister. Oh, Mr. Albright, I'm unpacking a few of my things. Could you lend me a hand for a second?
Oh, certainly.
Now, that's the one I'm having trouble with, if you'll just hand the things out to me.
Oh, sure, Mac. No trouble at all.
Oh, don't be Mr. Albright. That's Tom.
You collect stuffed animals?
Shot every one myself.
You shoot wild animals?
It's my hobby. I wonder what I should do with Morton when he arrives. Morton? My moose. Not just the head, mind you, but everything. Clear to the tail.
Oh, I wish your sister were back. Margie could use a little sane and sensible guidance. Oh, there's no out for me, Margie. Things go from bad to worse. Oh, just one request, please.
What is it, Mr. Albright?
Oh, don't get my little girl put in jail.
I wonder how long it will be before you and I can cook up one of those crazy capers like you and that nervous sister of mine.
Oh, Charlie.
Yes, sir?
Give me a hand, will you, please?
Sure, Mr. Albright. Look like you fixing to ask Miss Margie to do something she ain't gonna want to do.
Well, she's got a date with her Marine lieutenant this weekend, and I've got to get her to break it.
Uh-oh. You got a problem, Mr. Albright.
You go first, Charlie, and we'll break it down by degrees.
Yes. For you, Miss Albright, your father had it sent over from the store.
For me? Oh, Charlie changed his mind. What a wonderful, wonderful dad. Thanks a million, Charlie.
Yes, sir.
Like it, honey?
Dad, it's perfect.
Well, after I sent that one over, I saw this one, and I thought maybe you'd like a choice.
Oh, Dad. I don't know what to say. They're both so beautiful.
Well, keep them both. Anything for my little Margie, anything at all.
Dad, whenever you talk like that, something's cooking, and it's about as subtle as cabbage in the next apartment.
Oh, don't be silly. Nothing's cooking. Well, not really. It's just that I have a little surprise for you.
Now you're minimizing, and when you minimize, Dad, whatever it is, you know I'm going to say no, or you wouldn't make it sound so much like you think I'm going to say yes.
Now, Margie, all right, you listen to me. Okay, honey, I know it's asking a lot, but you remember Mr. Carlin, Bill Carlin Sr.?
The man about that tall with the bald head and the little pug nose?
Well, he wasn't that short. Well, anyway, his son is taking over the business, and I'm going to meet him at the airport in an hour.
And what's that got to do with me?
Well, his dad has told him so much about you, he wants to meet you, and I thought it'd be kind of nice if you'd let him escort you around town while he's here.
Dad, I couldn't date a fella who looked like Mr. Carlin Sr.
Well, maybe he takes after his mother.
But what about the cotillion ball? And Ralph? Ralph doesn't get a leave very often. Oh, please, Dad.
Okay, Margie, let me down. But this thing means a lot to me, the renewal of the Carlin contract. Oh, actually, I haven't any right to ask you to go out with a fellow for business reasons. I'm sorry, honey. Forgive me. And Lieutenant Brooks is such a nice boy, it wouldn't be fair to him.
Dad? Ralph will understand. He's very understanding.
But he doesn't get a leave very often.
That doesn't matter. He'll have to understand.
Well, maybe Bill Carlin does take after his father.
But maybe he takes after his mother.
Oh, forget it, baby.
What's the matter, Dad? Don't you think I'm good enough for Bill Carlin, Jr.?
We're like a tug of war. But whenever you start winning, you run around and start pulling on my end of the rope. If your mother could have just seen you once.
No, Dad, I'd give up anything for you. But I did want to go to the ball. Hey, Dad, suppose for some reason Bill Carlin Jr. didn't like me.
Well, why wouldn't he like you?
Well, I don't know, just yet. But suppose he didn't like me, then I could go to the ball with Ralph, right?
Of course. But don't worry, he'll like you. He'd be crazy if he didn't.
Yeah, sure, Dad. Hey, you better get out to the airport and meet him.
That's right.
Yoo-hoo, Mac. Come on in, honey. Hello, dear. Mac, we got a caper.
So soon? Wonderful. What is it?
I hope you dig things as fast as your sister. I have a date with a good-looking Marine, but my dad wants me to date a money client. If the client doesn't like me, that'll be okay with Dad. So how do we do it?
I dig just as fast as my sister, but you have an automatic shovel.
Come on, Mac, how do we do it? But remember, not too drastic.
I have it. Oh, he won't be able to stand you.
What's the idea?
We'll get the scissors and make you bald-headed.
I said not too drastic.
But think how disgusting you'd look with him sitting there and running his fingers through your wavy scalp.
Please, Mac, he'll be here in a few hours.
Well, what are we going to do? Make you skinny? Just connect your knees and make you short?
Make me skinny. Mac, you came through for me.
How could we make you skinny?
We can't make me skinny, but we can make me the opposite to skinny.
Wonderful. We'll make you the real opposite. I'll get the scissors.
What scissors? What for?
We'll try your idea first, and then, just to see how it would have looked, we'll try my idea. Now? Surplus man said it was guaranteed.
I'm sure glad you were able to get the tickets to the cotillion ball, Bill. You don't know how happy Margie's going to be.
Well, I'm sure anxious to meet her, Mr. Albright.
Margie, Bill is here.
Just be a second, Dad.
Nice voice.
Oh, wait till you see her. I'll rustle up something to drink.
Right.
Come on.
I'll tell you all about it after you've gone.
You're Margie?
You're Bill? after your mother?
I didn't know you'd met my mother.
Oh, I just meant I imagine your mother must be very nice looking. You're Bill?
My dad told me all about you. But there's more to you than he told me about.
You mean my plumpness? Well, it's really just a temporary thing.
Temporary?
I've been kind of stuffing myself lately.
I didn't mean any offense. Actually, I like girls with a little meat on the bone.
I'd seen you before we met. There wouldn't have been so much meat.
Huh?
I mean, I could have gone on a diet. I don't really weigh as much as you might imagine.
Well, I see you two have met.
Something wrong, Mr. Albright?
Could I speak to you alone, Chubby dear? I always call her Chubby. Will you excuse us?
Oh, certainly.
All right, let's have it. What's the idea of the blimp outfit?
But Dad, you said if he didn't like me, so I thought maybe if I were real fat, and I got this thing sort of like a life preserver that you blow up, but he doesn't look at all like his father.
You really did it this time. And I have another little surprise for you.
Excuse me, ma'am. Telegram from Miss All. Miss Albright?
Compressed air, Charlie.
Oh, you sure must have eaten a lot of it.
Okay, so I fouled up. But I've still got Ralph coming.
Oh, I'd forgotten about him.
It's from Ralph. His leave's been canceled.
Well, this is one time fate's on my side. This works out very well with my other little surprise.
What's that?
Well, knowing how much you wanted to go to the cotillion ball, I told Bill, and with his contacts, he was able to get a hold of a couple of you can guess whats.
2 tickets to the ball?
2 tickets to the cotillion ball, and to teach you not to do things like this, if you pretend to be 2 people like fat little Margie and slim cousin Carolyn from Philadelphia or thin cousin Clementine from Memphis, I'm going to tell Bill the whole story.
But, Dad, I could never go like this.
You may be too old to spank, but this will put a welt on your brain that you won't forget for a long, long time. Now, after you, little butterball. I was just telling Margie about the tickets you got, Bill.
You told her? Well, that's nice.
Won't you sit down? I'd go to the ball with you if you'd ask me, Bill.
I know.
If you'll excuse me, Bill, I'll phone the office and tell them to have the contract ready when we arrive.
Sure, Mr. Albright.
Bill.
Yes?
Bill, I could reduce. You know, take some pills or something. Just think how swell it'd be if I could lose about 200 pounds by tomorrow night.
200 pounds in one night?
No?
Well, I think that does it, Mr. Albright.
Well, thanks a million, Bill. Thanks a million.
That takes care of our business. But about tomorrow night, I think I'd better get back home and forget about the ball.
Oh, yes. I understand. Bill.
Yes?
I'm going to be honest with you. But if you hadn't just signed the contract, I've got to be honest with you and say that I wouldn't have been honest about being honest.
Well, that came in good and clear. All but the meaning.
Well, one picture's worth 1,000 words. Now, about the cotillion ball, I'm going to ask you, how would you like to take this girl? It's very interesting what a little compressed air can do to make a girl look fat, especially when she doesn't expect a certain young man to be very good looking.
This is Margie?
One and the same.
You mean she thought I was going to be... What a girl. Boy, are we going to dance.
Oh, Bill, I'm certainly glad that you can take a joke. But that girl has got to learn not to do things like this.
Oh, I think she's wonderful.
But you're not her father. I can't stand anymore. Now, Bill, help me. Together we can teach her a lesson.
You mean kind of make her sorry she played Chubby?
That's it. Now, suppose you call and say that you want to take her to the ball regardless, that you don't care how she looks. Now, we've got to work fast. Come on.
All clear?
I sent her to the store for some cigarettes.
Concentrated helium gas.
Oh, swell. Now, you wait downstairs and keep out of sight until she comes back. Then phone from the lobby. I'll take care of everything else.
Right.
Now, don't forget the time.
I'll call right on the dot.
Good.
Cigarettes.
Oh, thanks, baby.
I guess I better start dinner.
I'll get it. Hello? Okay, Bill, I'll tell her. Oh, Margie,
Yes?
it's for you. I think it's Bill.
Bill. Hello? Oh, hi, Bill. Well, you really want to? Yes, Bill, I'll be ready at 8 sharp. Bye. Dad, he's taking me out to dinner tonight, and tomorrow night we're going to the ball after all.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. But you'll have to be the fat girl.
The fat girl?
Well, of course, that's what he thinks you are.
But, Dad, I can't go out with him like that. Maybe if I told him the truth.
And tell him that you tried to make a fool out of him? If you do, I'll guarantee one thing. He'll never sign that contract. Oh, but forget about me, honey. You do what you think is best. Anything to make you happy.
I won't let you down, Dad. I'll go through with it.
Oh, thanks, honey. Thanks a million. You said 8 o'clock, and we haven't very much time. Now, you put on that big dress, and I'll help you inflate it.
Dad, isn't that enough?
Not yet, honey. I'll stop when you're as big as you were.
Why do I do these things? I hope someday I learn not to... Hey, Dad, I feel kind of funny. Like I'm losing weight instead of gaining it.
You've been worrying so much, you're probably getting, lightheaded.
It isn't just my head. Dad, I am getting lighter.
Don't be ridiculous.
Either I'm getting light or this room's getting heavy.
You're big enough now.
Oh, Dad, I tell you something's wrong.
Oh, don't be silly. Oh, that's probably Bill now. I'll let him in. Meet us in the living room, baby.
I don't think I'll ever make it.
How'd it go?
Perfect. Hi, Bill. Come on in.
Is Margie ready, Mr. Albright?
All ready. Margie, Bill is here.
Swell. Does he have a corsage with a lead weight in it?
Margie. Hope you're in the mood to do the town tonight. I thought after dinner we might do a little jitterbugging, sort of get in trim for the big ball tomorrow.
Sounds well, eh, honey?
Bill, maybe I shouldn't go tonight.
What?
Oh, well, it's hard to explain, but honest, I don't feel right. Besides, who'd want to lug a big fat girl like me around the dance floor?
But, Margie, you're a wonderful dancer. So light on your feet.
Yeah, but never as light as tonight.
Well, let's find out, Bill. If you don't think Margie's a good enough dancer, you don't have to take her, okay?
Sounds fair enough.
Well, then I'll turn on the phonograph.
Excuse me while I put out this cigarette.
Really, Bill? I just as soon forget about the whole thing.
Oh, don't be silly, Margie. Bill just wants to try you out.
Well, let's have a go at it.
Living room, but this is ridiculous.
Boy, you really are light on your feet, Margie.
Best dancer I've ever danced with. You're wonderful, Margie. Really wonderful. Cigarette?
No, thank you.
I'll get a light.
Oh, don't let go of me!
What do you know? Oh, look, Bill, she's so light she's floating away.
How did she do that?
Well, didn't she tell you? She was frightened by a balloon when she was a baby. Oh, boy, do you look silly.
Margie Albright, girl flying saucer.
I've been took. Okay, Dad, you've had your fun. Now get me down. Please, Bill, get me down.
I think this is a good time to have a little understanding.
No more tricks, Dad, I promise. I'll be as good as gold from now on. Just one question. How did you do it? What was in that tank you blew me up with?
That's our little secret, eh, Bill? Admit it, Margie. This is one time your pappy had the last laugh, huh? Well, I guess you'll never do a crazy thing like that again.
You can bet on it.
Good.
Yes, sir. The next boy you bring around who has a homely father, I promise you, Dad, I'll find out first if he takes after his mother.
Well, that's my little Margie.